Now joined on the line by Billy Zane to look ahead to the release of the new smash hit TV series Curfew, which is debuting on Sky 1 on February the 22nd. And I suppose, Billy, if I can start off from you, Curfew, a sort of death race meets the Purge, meets the Fast and the Furious. It's a sort of a thrill-seeking sort of a ride, something that you haven't personally in your acting career in the past have gone down that sort of route. How exciting was this project when it came to your doorstep?
Well, thank you, James, for having me on. I have to say, added to your list of descriptions, I'd throw in a little Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
And maybe any John Carpenter movie from the 80s. Absolutely guilty pleasure. Certainly a few of my favorite things. Genres that I think found their way into my DNA and fabric as a young teen and cinephile. A great mashup of action, of a little bit of horror, certainly comedy. It's a very bold and really well funded and beautifully acted and executed piece of entertainment. I think will capture audiences in a very refreshing way, because it is, it's supremely grounded by these performances, but overall it doesn't take itself too seriously as the characters. Some of the characters do not, so it's just a really well balanced, fun piece of television, if you call it, but it looks like a movie to me. Every episode looks like a damn film.
Yeah, and I suppose, Billy, we see all these sort of high action, out of your seat, octane thriller rides being produced in the USA and in Los Angeles and Atlanta and big sort of productions. But how this was produced in the United Kingdom, all of it was shot in sort of cities in the UK as such, and how, in relation to that, they've seemed to be able to capture what exactly in Curfew, from what I've seen, you wouldn't it look not out of place being set in Los Angeles in a high studio with a massive sort of budget. They seem to recreate that sort of octane thriller, high action, edge of your seat with all the sort of effects as well. So it is a really well rehearsed sort of product, even behind the great acting.
Well, it's interesting. I think as a dynamic, the fact that there's this, kind of almost right-angle approach to it. There's the aspiration to live up to that caliber of cinema, which I guess was quintessentially perhaps American to the international eye.
Yeah,
is something that makes one try a bit harder. It's why I think some of the greatest cinema of our time, what was shaping in America in the post-war World War II, was forged by, or even before, was forged by immigrants, coming to Los Angeles. They were the ones who defined the American dream. It wasn't homeborn. It was through the filter of, maybe pressed against the glass on the other side. You seem to almost have a more purified expression because of that desire and that fire. So as a result, a UK production, well-funded, well-executed, with a love of the genre that is even perhaps paramount to Paramount, it exceeds expectation. It delivers and then some. So yes, and yes, I think.
And Billy, I suppose this is Matthew Reid sort of, it's a sort of his brainchild, his sort of creation that he's put together and he's produced, and what the Matthew's vision seemed to be, he seemed to be able to carry it across into this sort of a film as well. And in relation to the scripted characters, there all seem to be an awful lot of thought has gone into every single character. Every single character has their own angle and their own sort of an appeal that will resonate with someone everywhere that a viewer can sort of resonate. And to get so many characters into a high action action sort of thriller, but yet to have them all so diverse is a unique thing as well. And does that go down to the talents of Matthew Reid and the talent of the script that he's produced for all these characters?
It does entirely, James. I mean, it's structurally, it's very clever. The interesting thing about a race is you have different cars. Within different cars are different characters. And, you know, as this first season is 8 episodes long, we follow 8 vehicles. You know, we go into these cars, we go into these characters. Each episode is dedicated to, you know, leans heavily upon what's happening in the capsule, as well as what happens in the backstory. What are these people racing from or to? Very clever structure, very smart, and aligns itself perfectly with a racing ethos and milieu.
Yeah, and Billy, can you tell us a bit about your own character without giving too much away? The sort of the cowboy sort of mentality of Joker Jones, and even that sort of name's got a ring to it, Joker Jones. You get a vision in your head of what sort of this character is going to be. He's always going to be so much a flamboyant personality with the name Joker Jones. And is that true to form?
Sure thing. Gladly. It's an assumed identity born of the chaos of the crisis. So it's a kind of as a punk rock rejection to the current normal, which is this government imposed curfew. Joker, pre-Joker, was an analyst, was a psychologist and a psychiatrist whose patients were seemingly getting better and seemed to actually like the rule of law, and that pissed him off to no end as a, you know, I think a punk at heart, and he responds in almost Dadaist fashion by saying, if that's normal and that's sanity, I choose insanity. Or pulling from Hunter Thompson, when the going gets weird, the weird go pro. And he goes pro with his associates and enters the race, curiously, in not a very high-performance vehicle, although, you know, the high octane is supplied by, you know, what's found under the bar, behind the bar, on the surfaces or in the ashtrays of the vehicle. You know, it's a rolling tiki bar party bus, you know, and they bring their kind of brand of gallows humor and reality show kind of stunt feed. You know, they're performance artists basically on the road. It's a huge public following who ultimately certainly want to win, but as far as the character is concerned, it's probably one of my favorite and draws from, you know, my favorite icons all mashed up. It's, you know, guys like John Wayne and Bill Murray and, you know, a little Hunter. So, yeah, my favorite American.
And Billy Zane, I suppose you have been in so many projects, from Zoolander to Twin Peaks to Back to the Future to Titanic as such, and I'm just going to take you back to the first time that sort of script came before you on the table in relation to, or that call came to about this sort of project, Curfew. Had you any sort of hesitations or the start, or how did it come about that Billy Zane over in America got interested in a sort of UK sort of based TV series that would include an awful lot of filming and shooting in the UK? And how did this project come to your attention first of all? And was it when you opened up when you opened up and you saw the script or the portrayal of the character, did you just say, did something resonate in your head saying, I got to do this?
Well, my UK agent, Luke, at International Artist Management, God bless him, I've known him for years. When he was a producer, we did a film together, started an agency that I joined gladly, and he was aware of the project and brought it to me. And what was interesting was I had a lovely letter from Colm, the director, and Matt chimed in, and it was simply it was so nice to hear from the creatives, appealing, or at least recognizing, I don't know if it was my particular canon, the fact that the movies you mentioned just a moment ago were seemingly seminal to them. They were very important to them, these films, these offerings. And you kind of forget when you're too close to it what the sum of those parts mean to some folks who grew up along with those films, from Back to the Future through to Twin Peaks, and these strange kind of hallmarks. I feel blessed to have worked with them, balanced by the brilliant likes of Sally Potter, and Philip Noyce, and the culmination of these things is, certainly some of the pulpier titles are what inspired Curfew for them in a way. And I know they wanted some veteran actors. It's weird to consider yourself that, because it sounds certainly like you're aging yourself, but mixed with a lot of the fabulous new talent and established talent that was in the piece. But they basically said they were writing the character to be a Billy Zane type, whatever the hell that is, and were surprised that I would consider it. And I was like, "Are you crazy?" Made me wonder how many other jobs I may have missed, considering people. But I don't know. I was flattered too. I said, "Well, shit, don't let anyone play me."
Yeah, and Billy.
Sorry for cursing.
No problem, Billy. No problem.
A very lovely letter and an invitation to dance, and I was thrilled to participate.
And Billy. Billy, if I can ask you now about the production week, shooting, the sort of schedule. Was it block shot over a number period of weeks, or was it done from a Monday to Friday over a certain period, 8-hour sort of days, or were you consigned where you came and you did 2 or 3 weeks, then you went back and then you came back for another 2 or 3 weeks? So how did it work out, your whole shooting arrangement when the episodes were being shot? And how long did it take to shoot one particular episode?
An episode's about a week and a half. Yeah. But we did, when you shoot across such a long period, you're never really in order per se. Yeah. They try to chip away at them. My character, I think, really ramps up in a few episodes in and teases you from the first episode. You're like, "Is that who I thought it was?"
Yeah.
You realize that the rhythm and pattern of how we spend time with each of the characters is slowly revealed as you go. "Oh, I get it. I see." You'll soon discover the method. I won't say to the madness, because it's quite logical.
And Billy, I suppose the one thing I love about Curfew and seeing the many sort of clips and introduction clips so far is, out of all these sort of madness, out of all these sort of characters going along, right in the middle of this, you have this day-to-day modern family who just basically just wants to get out of town. He's got young children. He's in the deeper, and as the show commences, he gets sort of dragged. The most rational guy there sort of gets dragged into the whole madness of the concept, and it sort of consumes him.
No, it's brilliant. There's this this quality of the family next door.
Yeah.
Very tangible, very real, dropped into this insane setting, and that's one of the many hooks that gets you. Everyone can relate to someone in this journey, and I thought it was just meticulously managed in terms of how the performances are calibrated, and the scenes directed in this space and the air. It's one of the pleasures of working in this medium is you have room to breathe. There's room to that just resonates with, I think, our day to day. We recognize behavior and characters just kind of in a rhythm that is all too familiar, and it's when that is slammed up against, again, high octane, in camera, crazy car stunts and wicked gunplay and creatures.
And Billy Zane, have you ever been to Ireland?
Yes, a few times.
And what are your sort of memories from you? Have you any sort of memory in particular for your time in Ireland?
A particular New Year's Eve at Marianne Faithfull's with some friends.
Yeah.
My sister came and visited me, and that was good fun. A New Year's Day with some other mates.
Yeah.
And it's always provided. Always, it's never long enough. My trips were always around an event, a birthday, a holiday, or a press outing. It was never a proper,
Yeah.
There wasn't enough time to really, take a bit of a tour and really relax into it. It was always a fairly strategic hit, which I don't think does it justice. So I really look forward to that experience.
And Billy Zane, just in a light way now, just to finish off the interview, just in a light humour, we sort of run these things when we have celebrities on the way. It's just a quick fire 10 questions. I'm a celebrity, how well do you know Ireland? So Billy Zane, we've had everyone from Robert Davi to Steve Guttenberg, to the likes of Tara Reid, to Charlie Sheen. We'd everyone. It's just a light-hearted, just 10 simple questions, quick fire. How well do you know Ireland? Just a light-hearted way just to finish off the interview. Would you like to participate?
Do I have a choice?
It's up to yourself, Billy.
Is my answer on the air?
Well, sure, give it a go, sure. You'll never know unless you try, as the saying goes. So,
well, as I just told you, I don't know it very well, so I don't think I'm going to do very well in your test. But, knock yourself out.
Oh, so Billy Zane, you're a celebrity. How well do you know Ireland? Question number 1, Billy. Can you name any colour in the Irish flag?
No.
Okay. Question.
Orange.
Correct.
Of course,
Correct. Yeah, that's one. Question number 2. Can you name any county in Ireland?
Surely. Kerry, Cork.
Correct. Question number 3. March the 17th is known as what day worldwide?
St. Patrick's Day.
Correct. Question number 4. Which of these is a famous Irish tourism attraction? Is it A, the Cliffs of Moher, B, Brandenburg Gate, or C, Oystermouth Castle?
What was the first one?
The Cliffs of Moher.
And the last?
And the last was...
I can't understand you. Sorry if it's the accent. Cliffs of... What's the word?
Cliffs of Moher. Moher.
Spell it?
M-O-H-E-R.
And the last category?
Oystermouth Castle.
Can you spell the first word?
Oyster. O-Y-S-T-E-R.
Oyster what castle?
Mouth Castle. M-O-U-T-H.
Oyster Mouth.
Yeah.
It's A or C, so I'm at a 50-50. I'll go with A.
Correct. Cliffs of Moher is in County Clare. Question number 5.
Sounds more Irish than oyster.
Yeah.
Oyster. Deductive reasoning. Sorry, that took so long.
No problem. And Billy, question number 5. Which of these is a famous Irish river? And there's a hint in this because it's also an airport in Ireland as well. Is it A, the River Shannon, B, the River Rhine, or C, the River Leck?
Shannon seems too obvious and part of a trick. What were the last two?
River Rhine and River Leck.
Leck.
Unfortunately, the Leck is in Holland. The River Shannon is in Ireland.
It is Shannon. Is it so obvious? Would you really put Shannon? Shannon was too obvious. I thought that was a trick question. Okay, fair enough.
No problem.
Shannon, but I thought that was just too. It was too simple. Okay.
Question.
Shannon Airport.
Yeah, Shannon.
That's too kid. Come on, Ireland.
Question number 6.
Leck Airport.
Question.
I believe.
Yeah.
Airport.
Question number 6. Billy.
Lucky Charm Stadium. Come on.
Question number 6, Billy. What famous alcoholic beer was founded in Ireland?
Guinness.
Correct. Question number 8. Ireland was once occupied by what country? And you filmed Curfew in that country.
And what?
Ireland was once occupied by what country? And I'll give you a hint. Curfew was filmed in that country.
That would be Scotland.
Ireland was once occupied by the UK, England.
Oh, occupied by England. England, by UK. Sorry, yes, quite right, by England. I thought you meant by the end of the movie.
No.
Correct. So, occupied by England.
Question number 9, Billy. Which plant or shrub is the national symbol of Ireland?
Plant or shrub?
Yeah.
That would be the clover.
Correct. And finally, Billy Zane, last question you'll be glad to know. Can you name any famous Irish actor, actress or musician?
How long you got? The best,
Just
the best actors and musicians come from Ireland, right?
anyone at all, Billy, anyone at all.
Where are you? You know, can you include, I mean, you didn't include writers, we'd be here all day.
Yeah, I know. I didn't include poets either.
You want the obvious poster children? You know.
Yeah.
You want Dylan Thomas? Do you want, you know, who do you want?
Anyone at all. You've already given me one, Billy.
Come on. All right, you can have that one.
Okay, so Billy Zane, you're a... Billy Zane, last question, final question then. I actually forgot one along my way. Can you name any famous Irish sports star? And I'll give you a hint. This guy was in the news. He smashed up a bus in Manhattan, and he was in a big fight with Floyd Mayweather, a big polarized event there in the States as well.
You don't have to go there, you know. So everyone knows McGregor. Come on.
So Billy Zane, you're a celebrity. You scored in our I'm a Celebrity, How Well Do You Know Ireland? You scored 8 out of 10. And Billy Zane, now for the last 30 seconds for our Irish audience here, we leave it to your character, Joker Jones himself. Why should they tune in on February the 22nd and to Sky 1 and watch Curfew and what's in store for them? Take it away, Joker Jones.
Did you say as Joker Jones?
As Joker Jones, yeah.
Good God. Is there anything else after this?
No, that's it.
Quizzes. You got cats and rats and elephants. Okay. It's Joker Jones. Because you can't afford not to. You gonna finish that?
Yeah. That's perfect, Billy Zane. Billy Zane, thanks for taking the time to talk to us this evening. We wish you all the best for your hit show Curfew on Sky 1. And
thank you kindly.
Take care, Billy.
James, thank you.